What's up guys, welcome back to Deck Tech for Decks. I'm your host Caleb. If you want to support me, you can now do it a couple different ways. You can follow me on Patreon now. It's my way to give back to you while hopefully making this my full-time job. The TCGplayer link in the description down below will also give me a kickback while you get your favorite cards. And last but not least, you can comment, like, and subscribe. Now, let's get into today's Precon Upgrade with the Sliver deck. And honestly, hey, it does that good. It's got a lot of slivers in it, but what it doesn't have is a lot of card draw and a lot of removal. They basically just want you to shove all your slivers onto the battlefield, go bat for the fences, and hopefully you win. And if not, don't expect any card advantage. But we went in there, we added a lot of card advantage, we added some more removal, and then we added some more reliable ways to buff our slivers up for a huge alpha strike, because that's really what our commander wants to do, especially with that encore ability. So, without further ado, let's get into these Precon upgrades. But before we do, don't forget to stay till the end because I will be going over some non-budget options. Alright, Gigantha. The first thing I noticed is if we cut 2 cards from the deck, we can shove in a companion. So we're going to shove in Gigantha. What that means is, if you have a companion, you can spend 3 mana and throw this card to your hand. So if we do that turn 3, make sure we're ramping turn 2, by turn 4 we can cast this guy, and turn 5 we just tap him for 5 mana and throw our commander onto the battlefield. Super easy, and this is just a free extra card, so why not? Chulane, Teller of Tales. Not only is this ramp, this is also card advantage. This deck just wants to cast as many slivers as fast as possible, and this guy can make sure we get there. Edric Sar. I like this guy in the deck because he works for everybody. So he's going to incentivize violence. This is going to mean that our opponent's life totals are going to just keep dwindling and dwindling because they want that card draw. And that's going to do 2 things. That's going to make it easier for us to kill them, and it's also going to make it easier for us to get in for that damage because all of their creatures are tapped because they attacked. Toski, Bearer of Secrets, is not as fancy as Edric because it only works for us, but this guy is indestructible. He'll be sticking around for a while and he's going to give us a lot of card advantage. Raise the Palisade. This is amazing in tribal strategies. It's basically an asymmetrical board wipe that puts us ahead of everybody. Reflections of Littjara. How about we just double up on all those slivers we're casting? Wheel of Misfortune. Kind of wordy, but really effective. It basically just refills your whole hand. What's going to happen is 3 people will wheel and 1 person won't. The person that won't will choose the least amount of life, and whoever chooses the most amount of life will take damage, and then the other 3 players will wheel. Fairbrew Elder. This guy's just free in the deck. He just taps for 5 mana, which is going to be incredibly impactful. Shared Animosity, we are playing slivers, so whenever those slivers attack, they are now going to be really massive. We did go ahead and add a little more removal just to make sure the deck's resilient. We have Anguished Unmaking, that's going to get rid of any permanent, so that's going to be really useful. Well, it doesn't hit lands, but basically every permanent. Beast Within and Generous Gift can hit lands, and these are very versatile as well. Blasphemous Act. I've never seen this cast for more than 1 red pip. This can definitely feel amazing in your hand, especially when you're behind. I like Faithless Looting in the deck just because we can discard those slivers that we want to put into our graveyard. That way we can encore them with our commander, and then it just smooths out your draws early game, gets rid of those dead cards. It's pretty solid. And last but not least, we have that commander staple, Swift of Boots, just to protect us from any interaction that our opponents might have coming our way. Moving on to those non-budget adds, we have Guardian Projects, just another way to draw some solid cards while we are casting all of those slivers. Sliver Hive, this is a land, but it's incredibly impactful. The ability to make sliver tokens is going to be extremely useful in this deck, but it is expensive, so I did include it in the non-budget options. Sliver Legion can absolutely win games if we can encore him with our commander, making all of our slivers massive all at once, and honestly, that's going to win us the game. Sliver Overlord is just going to tutor for our most impactful creatures. He's honestly extremely impactful and really smooths out a game with slivers. And then last but not least, let me introduce you to the first sliver. Now this guy is busted. Giving all of your slivers cascade is extremely broken, just cascading into more slivers, more slivers, more slivers, and honestly that will win you the game pretty fast. If you let this guy go off, it can get pretty insane. That will do it for the non-budget and the budget ads. If you guys want to see what I cut, head to that moxfield link. Don't forget to follow me and it'll show everything I cut, everything I added. I've sorted things out, so go ahead and take a look at that, and thank you for watching the video. I hope this helped you in your deck building endeavors, and I will see you in the next one.